What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. Thanks for checking out RV Daydream, and today I want to show you some updates. The camper has been leveled and I haven't put the stabilizers in it yet, but I still have a problem with that back door. Again, if anybody knows exactly what's going on there, chime in, let me know what's going on, but I don't see anything right now. I'll dig into it a little bit further, but in the meantime, the problems still exist. However, some other problems are gone. This exhaust was needing help to some extent, and I'm going to show you what I did. I'm not a very good welder, but I can get the job done. And then I went ahead and put a new muffler on it, which was totally blown out, and then I had to make up for some rotted room with some pieces that I had there. And then of course over the axle and in the back, the tailpipe coming out. That's a part of the old muffler. It says thrush on, I don't know if you can see it, but there was a hole there from where that bracket was welded on. And of course I welded the bracket right back in place again. No noises, I've kicked it, I've done all kinds of stuff with it, and it still works. So let's go ahead and fire it up so you can hear what it sounds like. Okay, so you could hear the exhaust sounds a lot better. It's definitely quieter until you get into it, and it's pretty free flowing. The other thing that I did was replace all my spark plugs. I can't believe they were 3 years old. I didn't even know that. I just wasn't paying attention, I guess. And the cap and rotor, and of course everything's real smooth underneath there as far as running wise. I still have to get an ignition box for it to make that extra fuel that I'm dumping in there work for me. But other than that, the truck needs the windshield still, and I have to look at the front brakes. I seen one of the rotors was a little messed up. Now going into something different, looking at a video online from one of the guys I subscribe to from Ohio, Wander Dano. Love that name. Anyways, I was watching one of his videos the other day, and he was showing his Class B towed vehicle. I thought it was kind of funny. It's a little Moped. Now, we used to have an electric scooter, and we brought it to one of the state parks, but we had a problem that you weren't allowed to have those in the state parks. The rules are with Ohio state parks is that whatever can be licensed for the road can be used in the state park. So no golf carts unless that golf cart is licensed for the road. But even then, that's a weird, shady subject with Ohio. As far as little Mopeds and electric scooters and stuff like that, those are not to be ridden on Ohio roads legally. It's just the way it is. So, of course, my kids always had bikes, and I've got them hanging up back there. Of course, whenever you have bicycles, you have to have the correct lights to be driven at dusk or night. They had real nice LED headlights and LED taillights that flashed or were solid, one or the other. But I wanted to show you what our towed vehicle is. And we've had these for quite some time, and I used to have quite a collection. I'll put some links in there as far as what that looks like. There you are. There's our towed vehicles. This one here is a 1981 Vespa Piaggio C. That's SI. That means yes, as far as I know. I don't speak Italian. And then a 1976 Vespa Ciao. Both of them have the same engine. I can see this one's leaking a little bit of gas, obviously because it hasn't been running for a long time. I bet you the float stuck a little bit. I turned it on. I'm going to do a cold start on this. It's been sitting since last, I don't know, Thanksgiving maybe a little bit before. But my wife usually rides this one here. I ride that one there. It's got a little bit more suspension, and it's a little bit better built for somebody who's heavy. They make another Vespa that's a little bit bigger than this one, which I might pick up one day. It's called a Grande. I've had two of them. I've gotten rid of both of them, and I've been sad that I did. Again, I'll show you little clips here of the collection and how many mopeds I've had over the years. And of course, I do work on these, so I'll pick them up relatively cheap and fix them up and then sell them. and they're real nice vehicles. Now the thing is, whenever we go camping, we need to haul groceries and firewood and ice and stuff like that, and I can only do so much with these saddlebags. There's some locks in there and stuff like that, and some insurance papers. And of course this one here, I can put a basket on the back, or they even make a basket for the front, but really it's not going to haul all the stuff that I wanted to. So I'll show you how I cured that. But first I want to tell you a little bit about mopeds in Ohio. The rule is with mopeds in Ohio is that they have to be on an approved list. Now there's a list that the BMV has made up of all the moped models from when they first started all this till current. And the thing is, there's not a lot of current models on that list. The reason is that list hasn't been updated. The other thing is, it has to be a moped. It has to be a motorized pedal vehicle. So you just can't put a chainsaw engine or a lawnmower engine on a bicycle and call it a moped. It has to be on the approved list. The other thing is, it has to have pedals that work. You have to be able to pedal it. It also has to be a 49cc or under engine, and it also cannot exceed 20 miles per hour while being driven on a flat surface. Now, both of these mopeds will exceed 20 miles per hour. Does that mean they're illegal? Not unless you get clocked by somebody over 20 miles an hour. The police aren't going to clock you. And I'm going to show you a clip here of another moped that I had, and that one did 54 miles an hour with me on it. Still, it's one of those things that it's kind of a shady law as far as the speed goes. As long as you're not speeding, they're usually pretty good about it because they don't want to get you run over out there in traffic. So if you're going with the traffic, they're happy with it. But that's technically what a moped is. But going back to being able to haul stuff, I'm going to show you what we've got as far as a solution. It packs up real easily and flat and goes in the back of my truck. Of course, this here we'll use as a container, and then this is a little kid's bicycle carrier, you know, the type that hook on the back of the bicycle, and it's got a little top to it and all that stuff, and got seats in there and seat belts for the kids. Anyways, the wheels just snap on. They're nothing. They just clip on. They literally, you just push them on, and then the trailer set up to be hooked up to the bike or to the moped. And you can see I've got a bracket that's fabricated there that's on the back. So let me go ahead and hook that up, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so there you go. You can see what the trailer looks like now. And of course, I've got bungee cords and hooks in all four corners to tie down whatever I put in there. This thing here, this top is a very positive latching top. It will not come off by no means unless you're wanting it to come off. So at that point, I just need to run the bungee cords over it through the handles, and it keeps it in place. And again, those wheels just snap on, and it's real nice because it stores so flat. And what we do is we put stuff inside this container that we need to take camping. When we get there, we empty it, and then we just put it out and leave it on the trailer. Of course, this can be left out in the rain. It's not going to hurt anything. The mopeds we usually cover up with a tarp, although those can handle quite a bit of rain too. And then you see it just hooks to the back. And I've got that set up on the transmission mount of the back of the hub, so it's locked positively. I mean, it can handle quite a bit. And when I first got this, the way that I found out what it could handle was I put 6 cinder blocks in the back, and I thought, you know, there's probably not going to be much more need for anything than 6 cinder blocks. We haul ice with it, and the best part about this is when we're camping at a state park or we're camping at a site or a campground that don't have a septic sewage at site, we just take our Blue Boy, which is about 20 gallons, I believe, and I can put it in the back of this and take it up to the dump station without dragging it around with my truck, which is really nice. So these are our toads, like Wonder Dano had. But I'm going to go ahead and fire up this old Vespa Ciao that has been sitting again since November. Yeah, see, it's already wanting to start. Amazing. These engines run forever. Alright, so you can see I revved that shit up. I haven't got air in the tires or I'd take it up and down the driveway. But it hauls me around fine. It's just that the suspension, there is none in the back except for the seat. There's a spring in the seat. And in the front, it's just this cantilever, and you can see there's just little springs there. Of course, the headlights work, and everybody loves the horn, which changes. It changes with the sound, which is kind of funny. People always enjoy that because it's a magneto driven. There is no batteries in this. It's all off of the magneto that's turning on the engine. But yeah, this is a good little unit. Let me go ahead and turn it off. No sense in burning fuel when I don't need to. This one here, I had quite a bit of work done to it at one point. I had an aftermarket pipe. Again, I'll put a clip for that too. And then I had an aftermarket cylinder, a different carburetor, and a different air box. I still have the carburetor on there. I still have the air box on there, which is better flowing. But the cylinder, unfortunately, seized up because I had it running a little lean. And we were on a trip up to the city one day, and that didn't work out so well because the engine seized. After we had been up there probably 20 times on that setup. I'm not sure what happened. And then the pipe was a big aftermarket pipe that was loud. The thing is we try to keep these quiet. This one's a little bit louder than this one because nobody wants to be at the campground and hear a bunch of chainsaws going by. So we try to keep it relatively quiet so we don't disturb anybody. But even then, this one still has a little sound to it because of that open air box on the carburetor. But let me go ahead and sure, let me fire that thing up and you can hear what it sounds like. All right, this one has been started the other day, so it should start relatively easy. You can hear that one's a little bit louder. And it's because of the air box that's inside here. I mean, that's where all the noise is coming from, right in there. But other than that, everything works. The headlights and tail lights, and of course the horn. Sounds about the same. I will take this one up the driveway. I got that trailer hooked to it, but you'll still be able to see what it looks like. Let's go ahead and fly up the drive and come back. So that's pretty cool. I like those things. And again, they're legal. Now, here's something I need to hook up. I'll have to do that one day so we can go on some rides. I don't know if you can tell what this is, but it's one of those, oh God, I can't even remember who makes it now, but it's a real nice camera mount for the handlebars, which can be mounted in all different positions. It can be mounted up high or low or underneath or just quite a few things. I can't remember who makes this. It was an expensive company. I do remember that because I had a expensive camcorder. Now I'm going to show you a little picture here of a lot of this stuff, including my kids' bicycles, which again, I don't know if you can see. They're not exactly small bikes. They're there. The mopeds, a grill that we have, which I'll talk about that grill whenever we're out camping. And then this trailer and these two mopeds. And then you can see I have a winch in the front of the truck that I use to pull small equipment, you know, lawnmowers and that, up inside the truck. The cap's kind of a tall cap. Once you get through this first little lip here, the cap's relatively tall. It gets a little smaller towards the front. But even with all that stuff up front there, taking up a little bit of the bed, which really don't interfere with it, I can put both mopeds, the bicycles, I think I take the front tires off the bikes. I can't remember. But anyways, I'll show a clip of it all. And it only fills half, you know, the front half of the bed. Of course, whenever we're camping now, the kids probably won't be with us, so I won't have those bikes. Well, anyways, I just wanted to show you what we're doing. I'm starting to get these mopeds out. I got to air up the tires of the blue one and go ahead and clean it up, wipe all the dust off. And there's really no maintenance to be done on it. I guess I could take the plug out and clean it, but other than old fuel, those things just go. They just keep on going. Now, I think that my float is sticking in the chow. I might have to clean that, but once again, that's because of old fuel. I'll run it for a while and see if it still sticks. So thanks for joining me, and I appreciate you watching. If you like this, click like or subscribe, and also check out our website, rvdaydream.com, our journey to get to full time. And of course, at this point in time, we just want to get camping because we're itching for it, and the weather's finally pretty decent for it. Hope to see you out there riding on the Daydream. Thanks. Bye.